So now I would like to take this opportunity to take you across CLAT 2024, which was held on 3rd December at 2 p.m. This is 2023, but remember, CLAT papers for the last 2 terms are being held in December of the previous year from the actual date of joining. So December 2023 is the examination date, but the colleges are going to start their intake only from June or July 2024. So this year's CLAT paper, as usual, was conducted by the consortium. CLAT has been and has always been quintessentially an offline paper, except for 1 year during COVID when they tried to do it online. While there have been no reported glitches at any offline exam center, the paper itself may have had some glitches in the answers. So let's take it section wise. The paper was average in length and could have been easily attempted to 106 to 117 questions. This I am talking about genuine attempts and not just marking any answer. The level of the paper was moderate. The cutoff may just go a little higher than last year. As usual, current affairs ruled this year, but for a different reason. This year, everyone was happy with GK. So this was the overall analysis of the paper. Moving over, ever since the paper was made for 120 marks, there has been debate of how many questions will come in which section. So the number of questions per section have been, as usual, predicted properly by most of our mocks, but English and CR have maintained about 24 questions. So English was 24 questions. English has been discussed as a section on our YouTube channel. I would encourage all of you to have a look at it, especially those who are writing CLAT 2025. It will give you perspective. A good score in English could have easily been anywhere between 18 to 20 plus marks. Most of the questions in English were straightforward from the passage. There were some central idea questions, but the options of central idea questions were easy to eliminate. So again, an easy question. 2 meaning in context questions. And there were several inference questions as well. However, they were all easy to answer because of far and wide options in between. So there were 3 literature-based passages. One story, Anita Desai's Fire in the Mountain. There was a passage on literary analysis of character and settings. And of course, the third passage in literature was impact of English literature over the years. Contemporary setting literature and impact of English literature happen to be the easiest question sets because of straightforward answers from the passage. Fourth passage was on the inequality of justice and justice for the poor. 24 questions, 6 questions from every passage. Current affairs were 28 questions. A good score could have been 18 to 21 marks. Easy questions were framed. Many of the students claimed that the answers were given in the passage. Relevant questions were asked. There was a passage on Jallianwala Bagh massacre, structure of the constitution, Chandrayaan, Israel, G20. And this is a distribution of how the previous year current affairs has been. Relevant, you can have an access to this on our website and even over here. And it will tell you exactly the spread of current affairs versus which month current affairs have been asked. Maths was 12 questions, 2 sets with 6 questions each. As usual, over the last 2 years, CLAT quantitative ability, or DI as it is popularly known as, has been passage based. Never do they give you any visual data, and you need some time to tabulate the data. One could argue that one set was doable within the time frame and few questions from the second set, but it depends on the time distribution you gave to different sections of the paper. Of course, there was a very easy set, but the second set required some calculations. And this is the distribution of the DI questions. The set which was based on petrol, diesel and electric cars, ratio and percentage, easy calculation, right? And can be compared to other years. You can have a look at this and spend time with the maths teacher at CLAT Possible to discuss it in detail. Logical reasoning, again 24 questions, 4 passages, 6 questions each. Logical reasoning questions had some debatable sets which we have discussed in detail in the logical reasoning analysis, which I encourage you to watch on our YouTube channel CLAT Possible. A good score for top 3 would be anywhere between 17 to 18 marks. A decent score would be anywhere on the other side of 13.5 marks. Logical reasoning, we believe, is the make or break section. Why? Because legal was easy, English was easy, maths had one easy set, and GK was unusually easy this year. So the tricky questions lay in this section. Whoever has scored more than 15 marks here should be looking for a good college. Majorly inference-based questions, deep dive inference-based questions were there. There were 4 strengthen and weaken questions here, and 1 set on decision making, which we feel is the debatable set. And these were the topics for this year's logical reasoning. There was a consultants for a manufacturing company, the ZAT based or the decision making set, importance of words, the set on quota factory, and development and use of AI. Legal reasoning ideally would have taken you to a very high score, and the higher you scored here, the better your chances at a good rank. The passages were on constitution, juvenile justice, intermediary liability, family and succession law, and a current legal passage on DPDPA. As compared over the years, where you had over the years a mix of current legal passages versus some stationary legal passages like torts and criminal. You can spend time on this list with your CP mentor. Now for the big one, we had about 24 questions in English and logical reasoning, 28 in current affairs, 12 in DI and 13 legal reasoning, which took you to a total of 120. For the top 10, you know, the lowest and the highest. So the range has been given depending on the closer you are to the highest, the closer that inches you to the top 2 and top 3. So this is the range of scores in English between 18 to 20, current affairs between 17 to 22, DI between 6 to 9, logical reasoning, as I said, between 13.5 to 18, legal reasoning between 20 to 25. Now for the top 10, the range would be anywhere between 72 to 94 marks, with one difficult question which was logical reasoning. For top 3, anywhere between 92 plus marks, 92 to 94 plus minus 4 marks would take you to the top 3 NLUs for general category, and overall for any NLU in the first list, anywhere between 70 plus marks would take you to the to any NLU in the first list. We are looking at about top 15 NLUs here. So that is all from my side on the overall analysis of CLAT 2024. I wish all the best to the 2024 candidates for their next exam, which is on Sunday, 10th December, which is ALIT 2024, and to all CLAT 2025 takers. Do keep us posted with your scores and queries. And if you have any questions, please route them to help@possibleeducation.com. My name is Dr. Surabhi Modi Sahai. I am the CEO of CLAT Possible and Possible Education, and I would love to hear from you. So please write to me at surabhi, SURABHI, @possibleeducation.com. Thank you.